Hey guys, hope you're all having a good day or night, whatever time it is. Hope you're all having a good day. Today we're here with the Shewsbery Bison series, round number 2 of the year at Kortz Speedway. This is a very fast, kind of mile-and-a-half type track. It is Miller who ends up on pole. Foregone Man off pole. He's new to the series, and not a new face. You guys might have seen him in previous older videos. Either way, getting going, green, green, green. I get a great start. I'm up the inside of both of them, shoot in the middle. I can get out, break away with Miller. I can get it as Gore throws it up the inside of both of us. Mike gets the lead, not sure where he came from. There goes Foregone, big split screen from Foregone. He gets up high in the high lane. George going around the outside, L up the inside. Miller backs out of the 4 wide. Smart decision on his part. As you can see there, Foregone exploded some trucks before the race, so they're kind of up there in the high line. In hindsight, we should have moved them, but either way, wow, a little bit of a tap from George. I saved it though, no harm, no foul. I just thought be out of slipstream, that could be a problem. Either way, here comes someone behind me. Not sure who that is, but here they go. Up the inside they go. They might be going to the inside of Miller. A little bit of a bump. It's like it's Flex HD. Either way, we both kind of lose time. We both need to just go catch these top 3 trucks up here in the front. Stage 1, sorry, ends on lap 46. So it's not like we don't have plenty of time to do it. Either way, I've now caught up to Gore just a little bit. Top trucks are 2 seconds out ahead. It's Flex thinks about throwing it up the middle. Luckily, on our part, he backs out of it. Very, very smart move on him. Miller gets super sideways in the apron. He saves it. He doesn't come up the track. Had to be worried there just for a second. Either way, on to lap 5 now. Looking at my inside, Miller's still there. We're going 2 wide. This is not helping our case. Going to catch these trucks in front. And Gore goes back to the inside of me. As Flex throws it up the middle of all of us, he's going to get the lead. As George is on the outside. I think we're gone. Oh, L in the truck. Might have been a little bit of contact. Watch out, George hits the truck. I dive to the inside of both of them. So, unluckily for L, looks like there might have been a little bit of contact from Foregone, or he might have just got sideways. Not sure what happened. You guys can go replay that. It's getting kind of sketchy up here. I kind of want to drop off as I go into pit lane for my first mandatory pit stop of the race. There's 1 mandatory in each stage, not in the first 5 laps, not in the last 5 laps. So either way, this is pretty much the first lap that you could have taken it. It is the first lap that you could have taken it, so when I come into the pits, unluckily my truck didn't get repaired because it got exploded and I did not reshoot it after Foregone got it. Either way, we're just going to cut to a couple laps later, quite a few laps later. As you can see, it's lap 23 rather than lap 7. Basically, I just ran around on my own the whole time. A couple back markers I passed, but nothing interesting. So I figured I'd save you guys time. Cut up to lap 23, back when something's getting interesting. I'm now in the top 3 after the pit cycles. I'm behind Foregone. Miller's way out in the lead as Foregone goes uber defensive. That's very surprising considering that we lost quite a bit of time on Miller, so we're going to have to go catch him. Either way, he can race how he wants to race. We gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go. I was hoping that he would want to work together with me, but at the moment it does not appear so. Either way, coming into turn 3 and 4. Out of the turn, he still has slip. Almost broke slip there, not quite. Still on me. Wow, that was close. Almost gave me a little bit of a tap. That could have ended disastrously. The Bison, if you give him just a little bit of a tap in the quarter panel, kind of gets him unsettled. Very much like a real NASCAR. So, I guess it's good in that aspect. Either way, again, coming into 3 and 4, watch the trucks in the high line. You should really not be up there in the first place, to be honest. Foregone looking at the inside. Foregone almost turns me. Not sure what he was doing there. That looked like a pit maneuver. Either way, I save it. Not sure how I did. Looks like he might have backed out of it a little bit. Maybe he thought that his front bumper was clear and it wasn't. Either way, we're going. He throws it to the outside. I'm going to hold it on the inside. He's going to have to go the long way around this corner. He holds me low. He might have the run off the high line. There he goes. A little bit of a curb boost off the high. Down the track I go. Into turn 1. I'm going to exit high. Exit. Wide. Block that line. Now he'll have the draft. Looks like George is still back there. So wow, big tap from Foregone. That could have ended disastrously once again. I think George might be catching us just a little bit, so we need to stop fighting. Miller is absolutely flying away up front. There goes Foregone. Once again, a little bit of a tap. That can end disastrously with the Bison. The smallest of taps. Either way, Miller's now 12 seconds up the road, 12 and a half to be exact. Another way, I get a big draft. I throw it up the inside of Fourgon this lap around. Get a good boost off of it. Might just about be out of slip range. Does not look like it. He's going to get a good run down this straightaway. He might be able to get that slingshot, maybe get out of slip. Hopefully not. He's going to throw it really high into the corner, just run it up towards the wall. Didn't slow down accordingly for the slip. I get back up the inside, get that little tiny little bit of a curb boost on the apron. There's nothing wrong with going down on the apron though, so no harm, no foul. Just running my line as they get super sideways, run up high. He gets a good run off the corner. Lap 30, so we have 17 laps to go in the stage. So in case you guys don't know what a stage is, the stage is basically just like a mandatory caution. Fourgon runs me really high through the tri-oval. Definitely should have gone to the inside. Still running me high, pinching me off way high. Either way, I back out a little bit because I don't want to go around the outside so I can get a big slipstream down the front straight. I dive to the inside, get it slowed down, exit wide. He might get the cutback. Does not look like he's going to. I give him space. There he goes. He's up the inside. It's fine. We can work together like this. At this point, we're probably catching Miller just a little bit. I back out of it once more just so I can give myself a little bit more space, just to not wreck him and to get that good slipstream. Either way, I throw it up the inside through 1 and 2. Good pass from me. I'll be interested to see if he can go through the tri-oval. Looks like Miller's just ahead. Looks like he might have taken his pit stop. We've caught him full seconds since last time I've checked, so we're doing pretty well up here. We just need to continue to work together. Either way, Fourgon gets that big draft. Big little tap right in the quarter panel. Again, that could have ended dangerously, especially with him moving down the lane. Could have spun me up into the wall. I get a big draft around the outside of the tri-oval. He comes up, almost turns me. Again, not sure why he's going up towards the wall, but we'll see. Either way, coming out of the corner. Gives that little bit of a bump going into the corner, moves me out up high. There's Hasper up in front of us, so he's a back marker. I'll be curious to see how we get past him. Either way, Fourgon goes to the outside. I go to follow him. Not much harm done there. Hasper staying out of the way, being a good back marker. I give Fourgon a little bit of a bump draft over the crest. Holds on to it nicely. Could have unsettled him just a little bit. Gonna get that draft, a big bump draft once again. Just trying to get him going, get him moving, since I didn't really have a move available to me. I dive up the inside to 3 and 4 again, just a little bit of a tap, nothing bad there. Nothing went wrong for him. I throw it up the inside of 1 and 2. I'm up the inside here. He's gonna have to, yeah, he pinches me off just a little bit. I back out of it, just trying to play the long game here, trying not to throw my race away too early. Either way, Fourgon, once again, a little bit of a tap with 3 and 4. Haven't really gotten my spacing worked out just right. He gets that little bit of a curb boost coming off the oval. I back out just a little bit so I can get a good slipstream. Looks like it might be Miller up there, so we're catching on Miller. There goes Fourgon once again. No, he doesn't go for the curb boost. Surprising. Very surprising. But either way, I throw it in through the top line. He's down low. He gets super sideways. I give him space on the inside. Again, trying not to cause a crash here. On to lap 38, so don't have many laps to go. Still trying to catch Miller. George is caught up. George is absolutely slowing up to our rear bumpers. I throw it up the inside of Fourgon. Fourgon cuts me down, almost spins himself on my front bumper. George goes to the outside. George on the outside of Fourgon now, so George might be able to, hopefully he can get up past me and then I can work with George. I really want to get away from Fourgon then. He's kind of getting a little bit sketchy as George slides up high. George just slides up high, might have clipped Fourgon on the way. Not sure what happened there, but definitely ruined both of our stages on that one. Either way, getting back going now. Now I'm back behind Hasper, the back marker, so I'll be curious to see how that goes from here. Either way, George is still super close behind me, so George might be able to get me back before the stage ends. 7 laps. It's definitely possible if he throws it up the inside. Doesn't get sideways this time. Give him plenty of space down there, though. Fourgon's walked away from me at this point. Kind of unfortunate, especially considering that only reason I was kind of held back from him just because of the dirty blocks. I wouldn't say dirty, but a little bit aggressive, I should say. Aggressive blocks by him, but hey, it's racing. You got to do what you got to do sometimes. As George slides it up high, I throw it back up the inside. I get the cutback. At this point, we don't really have anybody that we can catch in the next coming lap, so we just got to fight our hearts out. We just got to absolutely go for it at this point. Throw it down to the apron. Exit up high. George still has that draft. George might throw it up to the inside. I'm going to let him slide high as he's done previous laps. He held it down low this lap around. I'm not going to be able to hold it up high. Either way, I get a draft once again. Big slipstream toe off of George. I throw it up the inside of George here. Just about make it stick. Get on the brakes. Help it turn just a little bit. Get back going. George still has the draft on me. He'll probably throw it up the inside of 1 and 2. We're working pretty well together here. Whether it's intentional or not, we might... if we keep working together, we might catch Fourgon up there. Highly doubt it, but if he makes a mistake, I wouldn't doubt it. Hey, I'm a poet. I didn't even know it. Either way, I'm up the inside of George. Into 3. Once again, getting that move done into 3. He's way high. He's going to get the good run, though, coming down into 1. Across the line with only a couple laps to go now. 3 to go. So George really just got to make that move stick and then just try to defend for me at this point. Good move from him through 1 and 2. I hold it around the outside of the tri-oval. I'm probably going to get the good run that he got last lap down the front straight. I get a good toe off of 3 and 4. I might clear him all the way around the outside. It looks like I might. 2 to go this lap around. I throw it in on the inside. Pretty much hold it flat out all the way through. George behind me. George might get the move back done on me. There goes George. He's going to go for the around the outside move. Absolute power move from George. Looks like he's going to get it done. I only have 1 lap to get this move done now, so got to get it done. Never mind. That was the last lap. I don't know what I'm saying. So that was the last lap. So I'm going to be starting 4th for the stage. So next stage, here we go. So I'm starting behind Fourgon. So here we go. Fourgon's not in the right place. Fourgon should be on the right side of the line. Alright, going. Fourgon's not in his right place. Fourgon turns up to me and to stop my run, it looks like. Either way, absolute terrible start from the outside row. He holds me up high. I get down low. I get the good draft off of Miller. If I can get a really good draft, looks like someone's getting my draft though, so not quite going to be able to break away. If I could have broken away there, that would have been really good. Either way, it looks like a little bit of contact further back. It looks like it might just be me and Miller up here for a little bit. So if me and Miller can get working together, get going out in front, that would be good. Either way, Miller looks like he has the position around 1 and 2. Somehow I get a weird run off the top. I might actually have it down into 3 and 4. Definitely not helping our case here and running away from the pack. Still got to take that pit stop as well, so that all comes into factor later on in the race. So once again, 1 more pit stop in this stage. This stage runs all the way to the end of the race. First lap you can pit here is lap 51, I believe. Either way, look, Miller ducks down low, goes defensive. Not sure who's right behind us. It's Fourgon right behind us, so he might be able to get our draft. He's a pretty decent driver in terms of lap time. Either way, I get a good draft. Someone's here. Not sure who that was, but everybody's here now, so it's about to become a big pack race once again, as looks like somebody might have gone up in the wall just a little bit on the exit. It's no longer Miller on my left side. Oh, yes, it is. It is Miller. Sorry, I thought it was a black truck. There goes a black truck with L around the outside. So L gets it to work around the outside. I might get a good draft off of Miller off the inside. I get a really good draft off of Miller here. Give Miller, I think, just a little bit of tap. You see his truck get loose just a little bit. There goes Fourgon. Fourgon, I think, was trying to go for the cutback on me, but I slowed down. I think he might have lag hit me or something as I go into the pits. I'm not wanting to get involved with that giant pack. Sure, the pack might be faster overall, but I just didn't want to get involved. Either way, coming out of the pits I go. Looks like I might even have a little bit of a draft off the Hasper, so get me back up to speed. That'll be very, very nice. Either way, looks like Furgon's entered first, then Miller, then L, then George. So they're definitely doing well. There goes Hasper letting me by. Thank you very much, Hasper. Not for position, it looks like. He went a lap down in the first stage, so he wasn't able to gain that lap back. Here comes Miller. Miller's coming out of the pits. So me and Miller will definitely be able to work together at this point. So I get a good draft off of Miller. All around the outside I go. Miller's going to get it back off of me, but that's fine. If we can work together, then we'll be way ahead when the rest of the pack comes out of the pits. There goes. It looks like a lot of them are in the pits. So here they go. It doesn't look like we have quite enough time to work together, so everybody's just going to be super close at this point. I hold it on the outside. Furgon goes defensive on me, even though I just came out of the pits. Either way, I get a good run off George and Miller. I bumped George. I was going to go to the outside, but George covers it brilliantly. Either way, almost 3 wide. Furgon gives me a huge tap. Not sure what he was trying to go with that run. It gives me a huge tap and goes up into the wall. There's L in the apron. So L's going to be back in this fight. So we're definitely going to have a 5-6 car fight, or 6 truck fight, really, for this lead. So Miller behind me. It looks like someone else is going to the inside of them. There's George. Hopefully he doesn't slide up into me. I give him plenty of space. Miller gets the cutback. I'm going to get the draft up of Miller on exit. I almost shove L into the pit wall. Did not see him coming there at all. There goes Furgon around the outside. I'll be curious to see if he can make it work. Gets that cutback down low. Maybe a little bit. Oh, wow. Furgon up into the wall. Furgon up into L and the wall, and then back into me. Furgon goes around. Don't think that there's too much contact there. Don't think there's really a penalty. To me, it just looks like Furgon just moved up the track a little bit and didn't realize I was there. Either way, it is what it is. That can be decided after the race. Now it's just me and Miller back out front. People behind us might be able to catch. Maybe George, once again, will be able to catch the 2-car breakaway out front. Or maybe last time it wasn't out front, but it's still a 2-car breakaway. Either way, I just got to work well with Miller. Me and him have worked together previously in different series, so definitely know how he drives and how he drafts, everything like that. So we should be able to get a good breakaway going. Either way, I get a big draft up the inside of him. Lap 58 of 91. Still got plenty of laps to go in this race. 93 to be precise. Either way, Miller once again gets back up the inside. I'm fine with that. I get that little bit of a draft coming into 3 and 4. He goes a little bit defensive on the inside. That's fair enough. I back out just a little bit. Get that good run coming down into 1 and 2. I get a huge run coming down into 1 and 2. I'm on the inside of Miller now. On the exit, Miller gets that cutback just a little bit. I threw it in there a little bit too deep. I hold Miller down under the apron, trying to get that little bit of a curb boost for myself. Once again, I back out a little bit, trying to get that run. I wasn't able to get the slipstream there because Rockstar. Now I got it. I'm going to go for the move into 1 and 2. Late dive there. A little bit of contact between me and Miller. No harm, no foul. Miller puts it up in the wall just a little bit. I cut back down onto the apron, that little tiny bit of a curb boost. Just running my line, really. Just taking the shortest track, and there just happens to be a curb boost down there. Either way, Miller gives me a little bit of a bump on exit. That could have gone badly, considering what happened to Furgon with a little tap. Either way, we live, so we're going to keep going. There goes Miller to the inside. I'm going to let him have it. Hopefully we can keep working together. Miller looks like he might just about be out of slip range. I get it coming into the corner. I'm going to have a huge run off the corner. I go around the outside of Miller here. Here I go. Into 1 and 2. I'm going to try to hold it around the outside. There's Miller on the inside. He gets slid up the track just a little bit. His car pushes just a little bit, especially on the inside, trying to hold it that low. Either way, Miller now gets back in front of me. Cannot get this move done. I get up to the inside of 1 and 2 now. He's going to get the curb boost on exit. He's going to have cleared me. So I'm not quite going to get it this time around. He still leaves the space though. Maybe get it a little bit sideways on the bottom. Either way, I still have a slipstream. Miller's covering it off beautifully. Now I have to try the outside. Let Miller go up high. Cut back down. Not going to make it work. A little bit of slipstream. this time I just give Miller a little bit of a bump. Up 64-91. Still have plenty of time to get this move done. Doesn't matter if I pass him now and keep the lead, or if I pass him on the last lap and keep the lead. Either way, just got to keep the lead. So I could just sit behind him all the race and just sit here, just waiting until that last lap to get that move done. Either way, too wide across the start finish. He enters low into 1 and 2. I enter high. Get a little bit of slipstream mid corner. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Once again, Miller covers off the inside. I might be able to go even farther inside. I go up the inside this lap around. Finally, looks like I might get that move done into 3 and 4. Now up high, exit. Miller's still going to be getting that draft from me. George is way back there. George might be able to catch us up considering what he did to Foregone and me. Either way, Miller gets a little bit sideways on the bottom groove. I have to dodge up high, try not to hit his bumper too hard. Either way, Miller now gets that position back. I didn't have it for very long. Now though, I'm going to have a great run coming out of 4. Getting that draft, getting that draft. Up the inside I go. I'm on the inside for 1 and 2 this lap around. Up the inside. Drop down, drop down, drop down. Not quite going to drop all the way. Looks like Miller got a little bit sideways though in that dirty air behind me. Miller's low, Miller's low. A little bit of contact there. Almost wrecked himself. No harm, no foul though. Didn't even see him there. That was a silly move for me, not going uber defensive like he did. Either way, there goes Miller. Just going to let him have it at this point. I know I can hold it around the outside, especially if he gets down low on the slippery stuff like he did. Looks like we might have a truck. Looks like Fourgone's dropped all the way down this sec. Looks like it might be Fourgone up here. Hopefully he's not too angry. I know that being taken out, or what is presumed being taken out, could be a little bit frustrating. Either way, big draft from me. Miller tries to go defensive, knows that it's kind of silly to go defensive on such a fast-moving truck, so he backs out of it, moves up high again. Looks like Fourgone and Gore are either working together or having a battle, or maybe a little bit of both. Looks like it might be a 3-car battle up there, so 3-truck battle, I should say. Either way, Miller gets back up the inside. They'll be curious to see what we can both do in traffic. Miller gets super sideways on the apron there. I'm not quite able to get anything done with it though, because I'm too close for a really good slipstream effect. I can't get that big pull that I was hoping for. Either way, now I get that pull. I'm on the inside. I'm holding Miller high just a little bit. Still plenty of space up there for him. He's now dropped back a 10. He's going to get a good run off that corner though. There he goes up the inside on the exit of 4. Lap 71 and 91. Still 20 laps to go. Plenty of time for anything and everything to happen, including George catching us and it being a 3-truck battle for the win. Either way, still looks like Fourgone and Gore are having a great battle up there. Miller's going to get that run off of 4 one more time. Looks like George is catching even more now, especially since me and Miller are fighting more vigorously. Miller throws it down on the inside, might clip that apron just a little bit. I get a good run off of 2 thanks to his draft. I throw it down, get that little tiny bit of a curb boost, give all my speed to him through a little bit of a tap. Maybe a little bit of a lag bump. Got to watch out for lag in the future. Lag can play a big part as I give Miller a huge thump on exit. Luckily, he saved it. Miller's used to getting bumps and saving it, so, because I'm usually behind him. But either way, Miller gets super sideways, but he saved it, so didn't quite spin him. I was worried there for a second. Looks like Fourgone and Gore going side by side here. Hopefully they'll get out of the way since they're lap trucks. Like I said, Fourgone, he might go for me. Hopefully not, because he might get a DQ, or he will get a DQ for any purposeful act, as well as point penalties and maybe a suspension depending on previous or prior offenses. Either way, I can't think about that now. Just got to think about Miller behind me. Getting that move done as Gore goes way high. Fourgone hits him. I get up the inside. There goes Fourgone. So didn't have too much trouble passing them. Now we got one more up ahead. Good thing we weren't just a little bit further forward, because there would have been a big wreck there. Either way, I drop back down behind Miller. George is still catching us more and more. I throw it up the inside of 3 and 4. Maybe a little bit of a bump and run. No harm, no foul though. He is not too bad. Either way, into 3 and 4. Leave that space on the inside for Miller. I know he's there. I know he's there. There he is. Not trying to chop his nose off because that's a quick way to get yourself spun. George is only a second or so back, so he's going to be in our slip pretty soon. As you can see there on your map in the bottom left, he is going to be in our slip pretty soon. As I say that, he's in our slip. So now George is going to come up into the equation. So here comes George. It'll be interesting to see what he can do. If he gets a mega draft off of me drafting Miller and him drafting me, he might just shoot out ahead of both me and Miller and get out of slip range. Does not look like he's quite going to get that done. Either way, I move high just to go a little bit defensive. Miller moves high as well. We both block George. George is still third. Looks like George might be going for a little bit of a move on Miller. There's George. George is going to get the... Oh, that's Miller, sorry. Too many trucks. They both look way too similar. Anyways, there's... Wow, they're bump drafting each other in the bottom lane. Absolute awesome bump draft from George there. Absolutely shoots Miller past me. I get that little bit sideways. Me and George are both fighting for Miller's slip. We're both going to get it. 3 wide into turn 1 on lap 79. George runs a little bit high. Looks like Miller gets the cutback on both of us. I'm going to get the slip off a Hasper, the back marker. Hit down the back straight. Hasper's not for position as we go 3 wide into 3. Looks like we all made it through there successfully. Miller gets a little bit, he just tracks his car up the track. Gets that little bit, just a little bit of a 4-wheel slide, really. Miller's going to get a good draft. Oh, Miller gets super sideways. Not sure what happened there. Almost like the tire went down or suspension component broke loose. Hopefully nothing's wrong with his truck. He might have fallen out of slip range because of it. Big slides like that can cause that to happen. Does not look like it. Looks like he's gone for a move on George. He's going to have a big run off of me. I block it off. Gives me that little bit of a bump with 11 to go. Miller again looks like he got sideways. George is going to be able to hold it around the outside of him, but Miller's going to have the slip on me. Miller might have fallen out of slip range from me. Miller goes defensive on George. Looks like he might be going for the around the outside move on me. He might getting that move done. Here comes George in that black truck. Up the inside he goes. He runs a little bit high. I'm going to get that cut back. Looks like Miller's going to follow me with the cutback. He's going to get a big draft. Hasper's still keeping up with us back there. Hopefully he stays out of it. Anyway, there goes Miller. Miller enters high. Goes down low. He might get that bit of a run on me off the corner. Yes, he does. On to lap 83. He still has that little bit of a run. Looks like Hasper might be mixing it up with George a little bit back there. Hopefully, like I said, he stays out of it. There goes George. Uh-oh, here comes Hasper. Come on, Hasper, stay out of it, stay out of it. Come on. Back out. There he goes. Thank you, Hasper. Thank you. Lost me a little bit of time there. Hopefully it doesn't cost me the race win overall. I throw it 3 wide into 1 and 2. I run super deep, super wide, running up into the wall. Looks like they're both going to get the cutback on me. Hasper's still drafting off of me. Hopefully he backs off sooner rather than later. Nope, does not look like he is. Looks like he's passing George back there. Yes, he is. Can confirm that. By the way, I'm getting a draft off of Miller now. I throw it up the inside. Into 1 and 2 I go. Looks like Hasper's backed off, so that's good. Miller's going to cut down in front of George. Get that move done. He's going to be on the inside of me. Come to the tri-oval. He's going to have it. Looks like George might have it on the outside as well. Getting very close for the final couple laps. I get a draft off of Miller coming off of 4. I get a good run to the inside. On to lap 86 we go. Only a couple laps to go. 5 to go actually. Either way, it looks like a big contact in the background. Looks like George might have done what he did to me in the first stage. Either way, pretty clean sailing for me now. Just got to focus on putting down some laps. Trying to get out ahead of Miller just in case of that penalty as well. Got to get going, get moving. Lap 87 and 91. Like I said, only a couple laps to go at this point. Just got to run perfect lines, try to gap out Miller. I'm only 3.4 back. Or he's only 3.4 back, I should say. It looks like it might be I wonder what happened to George. George dropped all the way down to 5th. So it might be, it's a big group back there. So George dropped all the way down to 5th. Looks like Miller recovered it rather well. I mean, I guess George did put it in the wall on, like, face forward, so that hasn't gone well for George at all. Either way, at this point, I just got to focus about me. Just got to run good lines, get as many curb boosts as I can. Miller's only 3.2 back. After all, he was the pole sitter, so he's going to have some fire, spicy laps. I'm now dropping down low. Just running that tires right on the bottom left line. Get that little bit of a curb boost. Down the straightaway I go. Exit up high. Enter back down low. Back up high. Go, go, go. Get that little bit of curb boost coming down off the banking. Back up onto the banking. 2 to go. This lap around. Cut down, cut down, cut down. Exit back up. Mid-track-ish. Cut back down. Get near that pit wall. Over these signs. Run that apron. Exit back up high. Get that ideal line through 3 and 4. Exit or enter back down low. A little bit of a curb boost on the bottom. Just drag your wheels right down onto that apron. Not on the grass. There's not a penalty deserving. Either way, on to 1 and 2. A little bit sideways there. Just walked it up the track just a little bit. Like Miller's catching me more and more. Definitely not going to have the 5-second gap for a penalty buffer, so I just gotta hope that it'll get one, really. Either way, across the line I go. Miller's 2.9 at the line. And with that, that is a completed race. As you can see here, I did not end up getting the penalty, so I ended up getting the race win. Congrats to Miller for a 2nd place. Good racing between me and him. Shame about what happened to George. Looks like George might have gotten a 3rd place as well. But fantastic racing. Like I said, if you guys want to join in on these are on Xbox One. Just message me, Track Broseff on Xbox. Space in the middle, capital T, capital B. Don't think capitals actually matter. We also have a Discord that will be linked below. The track link will also be below in the description. But either way, thank you guys so much. You guys are the true heroes. Thank you for staying all the way to 33 minutes. If you stayed all the way through, say, I'm excited for Davie Speedway. Say that. Either way, thank you guys for watching. Peace out.